Hello guys, I'm Jumobi from travel.hug. Of course, you know travel, it's your one and only trusted platform created to turn your travel dreams into plane tickets. And we go all out to create offers and packages, partnerships, collaborations, just to ensure that whether it's true tourism, whether it's true work, whether it's true study, we just want to ensure you are able to turn that your travel dream into plane tickets this year, 2026. And guess what? I'm here today to share the amazing news of our Study Now, Pay Later package, which, quite an hot one because our DM has been buzzing since yesterday or day before that we officially threw out this package. It's crazy inside our DM with loads of inquiries, from people. I'm interested. I want to study now and I want to pay later. So you want to sit tight, get your pen, get a paper as well, as I will be sharing with you A to Z, all that is involved in the Study Now, Pay Later Canada study loan offer with travel.hug. And this, I must say, is a strategic partnership between travel.hug and Passage Finance. Yes, we are strategically positioned and partnered, or in partnership rather, with Passage Finance, situated in Canada, funding hundreds and millions of students' dreams across the world. And beyond travel.hug and Passage, we have amazing 6 colleges that you can actually go to and study now and then pay later. And when we say 6 colleges, we have among this list George Brown College, Niagara College, Assiniboine College. That's 4, yeah. Sheridan is on the list, yes. And one other one I can't remember right now. If I remember later, I'll let you know. So we have 6 strategic institutions that we are positioned, with, and we have courses that you can actually subscribe to. Amazing courses, from healthcare aid to early childhood education, cybersecurity. Just name it. We have a long list. So you literally have a bountiful of baskets and options to actually, switch from or choose from as far as your Canada study dream is concerned. Thanks to travel.hug, thanks to our partners, Passage, Sheridan, and the rest of other schools. Now, how do you access our Canada study loan, the Study Now, Pay Later package? How do you access this? Because this is like the primary question that we majorly get from every interested person that have been reaching out to us in our DM. How do you access this loan? I'm interested. How do I access this loan? If you check through whether it's our community on Telegram or WhatsApp or any other social media platform, we have already uploaded. So basically recommending that you go back to our platform to see which of the programs is of interest to you. We have a long list, as I earlier mentioned. So go through these programs. Let's know which one you're interested in. Then reach out to us in our DM, which you can easily achieve by using the link www.travel.hug/WA. So it brings you directly into our DM, and you can, speak with us directly as regards as your study finance and loan option is concerned. So how do you now access this loan? Listen attentively. There are documents that you need for whatever course you choose, and is the first step really, because you might be interested in a program that your document or work experience is not suitable for. It's very possible. We have tons of people in this category. You want to go and do healthcare. You studied engineering. you've been working as in construction sites. It's disconnected. So there is a need for a connection with your work experience, your academic credentials, and the course you are interested in getting a loan for from us to study in Canada. So the first step is you need to get your academic credentials across to us for a review. And it's not just sending a document, because even somebody who is not ready to travel in the next 5 years will enter and DM and start sending documents. So the procedure, the terms and conditions around that first step is you send the documents, your academic documents, majorly WAEC, NECO, whatever it is that you have, whether you have an ND or HND or BSc, or even if you've had a master's program, just pull all of that together and then send across to us. Reach out to our WhatsApp DM or the official email, hello@travel.org. And then you are sending along with those documents a payment receipt of 300,000 naira. Along with those documents, your credentials, you're sending a payment receipt of 300,000 naira, which, aside that, it's very important as it's the confirmation of your seriousness and your readiness to really embark on the offer for the study now, pay later. Aside that payment also covers for your admission processing as well as visa application support fee. You see, that's 3 things almost that's being covered with that token of 300,000 naira. Now, once you do that, we review your document, see the program you say you are interested in, and then we see the programs that your credentials, that your document actually fit in. And then we'll let you know. And once that is confirmed, the next thing is you see the financial implication, the cost of the program. That is, if you're interested in, for example, healthcare aid program, which the tuition should be around 15,000, 20,000. Let's take 20,000 for example, 20,000 Canadian dollars for healthcare aid programs. Yeah. Now, the living expenses by the Canadian government standard is 20,000 thereabout. So now we are looking at overall 40,000 plus dollars that you need to achieve your study in Canada. So we are strategically positioned, to offer you, whether it's $35,000, whether it's $40,000, whether it's $55,000, whatever the total of your tuition fee plus your living expenses in Canada, whatever the total of those 2 things are, we are strategically positioned to offer you that loan through our partnership with Passage Finance and the top 6 schools that were listed earlier on, and you can still see them on our pages. Now, once we finalize on the program, we have your documents, you've sent in your commitment to show that, yes, I'm ready, I'm serious about this. And now you've seen your total cost. Listen to this part. The next very important stage, which people have been asking, what do I need POF for? Because it's stated among the document, proof of fund. It's not proof of fund for your visa application. It's not proof of fund for admission. No. The proof of fund we are asking is for you to show us that I have the capacity to pay 25% cash collateral of the total of my school fees and my living expenses in Canada. Let me explain. I mentioned earlier that the total loan you are qualified to access from us is your school fees total. Take, for example, $20,000 and your living expenses in Canada. Of course, $20,000. That's $40,000 total. So those $40,000, you have access to the loan with travel.org via our partnership again. Now, that loan will only be released to you after you are able to pay 25% cash collateral. That is 25% of the $40,000 you need. If your cost is 10,000 tuition fee and your living expenses is 20,000 Canadian dollars, that's total of 30,000 loan that you need. So you have to pay 25% of that to us. Then you access the the old $30,000 or $40,000, as the case may be, that you need as the loan. So the 25% cash collateral simply represents a part or let's call it a commitment fee as regards the loan you are asking for your study in Canada. And we requested for this POF, meaning showing us your account statement even before we start the journey at all. That yes, I have 25% of the amount of the total loan that I'm asking you guys for. I have the 25%, I can pay it. So once you show us the ability to pay that or the capacity to say I can pay the 25%, then we know that you are ready to access your study loan, whatever amount it is. And once you pay that, we release this 25%. Now, let me explain how you access the loan. 1, how you repay the loan. 2, the status of your dependents, your husband, your wife, or your children that you would love to travel with you. So I will address these 3 right now. Now, how you access this loan? Because let's take for example 40,000 Canadian dollar will not be released to your account. Our partners in Canada will be paying your school directly. Your school directly. If anything, you and I know that the top, I would say 99 reason why Canadian applicants are denied during their visa application, it's POF. Nothing more, nothing less. You know it's POF. Top reasons why your Canadian application will be denied. There could be many others, but number 1 of those on those lists rather is your POF. Now, with our Study Now, Pay Later package, that is completely ruled out. Why? Because the loan you are accessing covers your entire tuition. So our partners simply pays your school fees outrightly, and you get a confirmation from your school that your school fees has been paid. So this is not a case of you paying a deposit and showing a POF that, I can pay the rest when I enter Canada. That is not the case here. This is you accessing a loan to completely pay your school fees and getting a document to confirm that rather. And then you are able to present this document to IRCC during your visa application stage. And not just that, the Canadian government demands 20,000 living expenses from you, meaning they want to see $20,000 that I have this money, I can cover my house rent, I can cover my feeding all through my study period. Our partners further goes forward to provide your living expenses, which by the way is part of the loan you are accessing basically. Now this living expenses is not released to you at a go. A Canadian account will be opened for you. So you have an account in Canada where your living expenses will be released every month to you. Like 1,500 or 1,700 thereabout every month is released to you for your upkeeps, for feeding, for accommodation every month until the whole $20,000 is exhausted. So you get to Canada, you study with ease. You are not, bothered or worried about how do I eat today or how do I meet up with my accommodation fee or how do I pay my school fees. Our partners are strictly covered you from all of that stress, and you are basically, excused from the stress that, 80-85% of people experience on their arrival in Canada. Now that you know how your loan is, paid, so 2 things, 2 key documents that you are getting that overrule the position of POF. Number 1, a letter from the school saying this student has completely paid off their tuition fee because yes, it's been paid for. Number 2, a document from our finance partner, Passage, saying Your living expenses is fully prepared and fully covered by us in Canada. Upon arrival, you can immediately start accessing your $20,000 living expenses. So you have another document that covers that. We have sample of this document from some of our students who have accessed this loan, which we can happily share with you if you're interested in seeing it. Or if you're in our community, in any of our group, WhatsApp or Telegram, we can share it generally with all our members. So these two key documents basically nullifies the need for the almighty POF, which has been, hammering people for years. So this basically overruled the need for POF because this document simply says the finances are covered. Financially, you are set and ready to start a life in Canada. And these are the documents that we will be offering you once you get to this stage of your processing with our Study Now, Pay Later package. Next is, now you have accessed this loan, it's been disbursed, payment made to the school, disbursement in your account, you've applied for your visa as the main applicant. And you're asking, I have a wife, I have kids, I want them to travel with me, or my husband, my children, I want them to join me. Now, all the schools that we are strategically partnered with offers or have the capacity to, get to your PSWP, or post-study work permits majorly. And with that, it means your dependents have the ability to join you in Canada. Here is the caveat. The study loan you are accessing, it's majorly for you, the student, the main applicant. The documents from the school or from our finance partner passage does not cover your dependents. So, if you want your dependent to join you, number one, enter into Canada, finish your study, get working immediately after you're done, and then you have the ability to immediately bring in your dependents, kids, husband, or wife can join you after your program. Because at that stage, you're already working. You can show your post-study work permit document, show your statements, your earnings, your pay slip, by that. So you can show the ability to bring in your dependents. You get. In another scenario where you are in a hurry, I can't wait. I don't want my wife or my husband to come in too late. I want them to come in earlier. I want them to come in now. I want them to join us now. If that is the situation for you, then understand that the Study Now, Pay Later loan covers you, covers your living expenses, covers your study program. Now, for your dependent, you need to show that you have enough funds to actually move out of Nigeria or Ghana, wherever you're watching from, into Canada. So you need a whole lot of POF to show that, yes, I'm ready to travel with my dependents. And come to think of it, if you are the visa officer in IRCC, you applied for a loan through our partners to go and study in Canada for your own personal expenses, and you now say you want to travel with your entire family. Does it mean you're applying or using the same loan to carry your entire family, or you have enough money to carry your family and you're still applying for a loan for yourself? So do the math as well. So I always tell people, just be patient. These courses are short courses. 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 12 months, you're done. The dependent can join you. However, if you're in a hurry, well, you can do the legwork of getting solid, verifiable POF or sufficient fund that will move your family along with you. It's a possibility if you have the finance. That's it. Now, somebody's asking, what if I apply and my visa is denied? Now, when it comes to Canada, we all know the situation of visa approval rate with Canada compared to country like UK. It's way, way different. In fact, if left for me, I will say, I'll just leave it at 50-50, But now, with our strategic partnership with Passage and these schools in Canada, your visa application chances rose like roof from like 50% to like 95%. Why? Because you don't need POF and your finances are fully strategically covered by Passage and whether it's Sheridan, whether it's George Brown, whatever school you are going with. These two institutions, with the support of travel simply increases your visa approval chances by 95%. Now, there's still 5% that you may be denied, right? So, what if denial happens? You have 100% refund policy on the 25% cash collateral that you paid. In 2-3 weeks, your entire cash collateral is refunded automatically to you if you are eventually denied your visa, which, again, the chances are slim because of this route and the whole arrangement and the whole partnership involved. So, how do you repay this fantastic study loan you are accessing from travel.org and Passage Finance? How do you repay? Because it's a very important point. You should know that you have about 5 to 7 years thereabouts to repay the entire loan. So you have enough time that is spread for your repayment. However, your repayment starts the following month you arrive in Canada. Let me repeat that. Your repayment starts immediately you are arriving in Canada, within 20-30 days after your arrival. I will explain, because when people hear that, they're like, I just land in Canada, I will start paying loan. I've not started working. I've not even settled down in school properly. That is true. We know. So your repayment is around $1,000 to $700, $1,000 thereabouts. Once we use the proper loan calculator, we'll know the exact, but this is just the range that I mentioned. So let's say it's the 700, 800, for example, that you are repaying monthly for the next 7 years or 5 years or 6 years, as the case may be. Once you arrive in Canada, the second month, you need to start paying that loan. You need to start repaying, rather. Now you have two options. It's either while you're studying, you enter the streets, and jama and start your hustling so that you can be able to meet up at the end of the month with the amount that you will use to cover the first month, possibly the second month as well. So you have that. And your number two option is, remember, you have a living expenses of $20,000 in your account, which is released to you every month at about $1,500 thereabouts. So your number two option is to reduce your cost of living by whatever means possible, such that you can deduct your loan repayment from the living expenses that is sent to you every month. So you can cut out the amount that you're supposed to repay back from your living expenses, and then strive on how to manage what you have left while you are also still doing your, jama and hustling out there to gather one or two to sustain yourself. So those are two options. If I'm going to add number three, maybe before you leave Nigeria, you prepare extra fund. That's like a third option. An extra fund, maybe a POF, such that you will prepare, I'm paying so a month from my immediate arrival in Canada, month 1. So let me gather months 1 to 3 repayment. So you can gather that from Nigeria, such that when you get there, you have a 3-month window to put yourself together, work, and without any pressure, because you've reserved a little fund that you will use to cover your first month, second month, or third month loan repayment in Canada. So that's like a third option that you might want to consider. But it's important you know that your loan repayment starts immediately you arrive in Canada from the first month or second month, rather. You need to start paying back the token, but it's well spread for you. So you have ample of years to actually do that repayment back. And interestingly, our partners in Canada, passage are heavily involved. They are not just releasing loan to you. They are involved in ensuring that you get a job that will help you pay back. So they won't just release loan to you, go and study and they leave you. They want their money back as well. So they help you in securing a job that will make sure you're able to repay your loan back steadily. So what more can you ask for? Isn't this a good offer? Yes, it is. I can hear your answer. So if you have further questions at this junction, you have no option than to immediately book a one-on-one consultation session with us. And to do that, the link you need to visit is www.travel.org/TC1. www.travel.org/TC1. So once you do that, you can have a one-on-one 1-hour session with me, and we can do a diagnosis of your credentials, your questions. We get everything answered, and then you can get started on this journey ASAP. Remember, April, September 2026 application intake is ongoing. So you don't want to wait. You don't want to waste time, because really there's no time. Again, I remain your boy, Jumobi from travel.org. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you should know you are missing out by now, because just as we have been able to strike this study loan offer with our Canadian partners, we are also working with so many other schools and partners in Europe, majorly across Finland, Germany, Portugal, Romania, the key Schengen countries where you can have easy study access routes to. We are working on strategic partnership, financing, loan option with this route, and so many other places. And if you are not subscribed, you'll be missing out from that information. So click that subscribe button, hit the like button, so that you can stay committed to us. And of course, don't forget to join our Telegram and WhatsApp community as well, so that you can be updated weekly on everything we have for you. Again, I'm Jumobi from travel.org, and we are committed to turning your travel dreams into plane tickets. See you. Peace.